Christmas did not begin with celebration, it began with silence. A silent night, a forgotten town, and a small stable where no one expected history to be born. This is the first hook Christianity gives us. God did not arrive in power, but in humility. While the world waited for a king dressed in gold, heaven sent a child wrapped in cloth. Christianity teaches us that greatness does not shout, it serves. Christmas reminds us that God stepped into human pain, not to rule from above, but to walk among the broken. In a world obsessed with status, success, and recognition, this moment challenges us deeply. If God chose humility, what does that say about how we should live? The manger whispers a truth many miss. Your worth is not measured by applause, but by love. Christianity through Christmas teaches us that light often arrives quietly, and miracles begin where pride ends. The story hooks us because it asks a confronting question. If God came low for us, why do we keep chasing high places? Christianity tells us something radical at Christmas. God came closer. He did not send a message, he became one. This is the hook that grips the heart. Love traveled the distance we could never cross. Christmas teaches that no one is too far, too sinful, or too broken to be reached. The shepherds were the first visitors, not kings, not priests, but ordinary men with ordinary lives. Christianity reminds us that God's invitation is not exclusive. It is open. Christmas whispers hope into the ears of the overlooked, the tired, and the ashamed. It tells us that heaven bends toward the lonely. In a world that cancels, judges, and separates, Christianity teaches forgiveness and restoration. Christmas is not about perfection, it is about presence. God chose to be present with us, even in our mess. This truth hooks us because it speaks to our deepest fear, being unlovable. Christmas answers that fear clearly, you were worth coming for. Christianity through Christmas delivers a message the world still struggles to accept. Real power looks like sacrifice. Jesus did not come to conquer nations, he came to conquer hearts. This is the hook because everything around us says power means control, but Christmas says power means compassion. The child in the manger would grow into the man on the cross, and Christianity ties these moments together. Christmas was never meant to end at the tree, it points toward the cross. Love was the mission from the beginning. Christianity teaches that God's answer to hatred was love, and his answer to sin was mercy. Christmas reminds us that transformation doesn't happen through force, but through surrender. This truth pulls us in because it challenges how we respond to pain. Do we harden or do we love? Christianity calls us to live differently, to forgive when it hurts, and to love when it costs. Christmas asks us, will you carry this love forward or leave it in December? Christianity tells us Christmas is not for the perfect, it's for the broken. That is the hook that keeps audiences listening. Jesus was born into poverty, danger, and uncertainty. Christianity teaches us that God understands suffering because he entered it. Christmas speaks to those battling fear, loss, and disappointment. It tells us that hope can be born even when circumstances are harsh. This is not a fantasy, it is faith grounded in reality. Christianity reminds us that God does his greatest work in the darkest places. The stable becomes sacred, the ordinary becomes holy, and the weak become chosen. Christmas teaches us to stop waiting for perfect conditions to believe. Faith begins in trust, not comfort. This message grips the heart because it speaks directly to pain. It tells us, your struggle does not disqualify you, it qualifies you for grace. Christianity and Christmas together offer hope that does not fade with seasons. Christianity does not end with a story, it ends with a choice. Christmas asks us not just to celebrate, but to respond. This is the final hook. What will you do with the love you've received? Christianity teaches that faith is lived, not displayed. Christmas invites us to be carriers of light in a dark world, to love deeply, forgive freely, and serve humbly. Yes. The child in the manger changed history, but he also seeks to change hearts. Christianity calls us to reflect Christ, not just remember him. Christmas is not about decorations, it is about transformation. When we choose kindness over anger, humility over pride, and faith over fear, the message of Christmas lives on. This story stays with us because it reminds us that Christmas does not end, it continues through us. Christianity and Christmas together teach one eternal truth: love came down, so love must go out.